Adam, today we take the show across the pond to Europe.
Yep, for an interview with the godfather of show skiing in Belgium.
It's showtime. This is The Ski Show, the ultimate show ski podcast, and your one and only source for all things show skiing, bringing you news, knowledge, and interviews with the legends and stars of our sport. Here are your hosts, Matt Heilman and Adam Schaller.
Welcome to The Ski Show, still the only media on the planet dedicated to the sport of show skiing. Today is our final episode of the 2024 season, and we have an international legend on the show today, Belgian great Lieven Hardy.
Today's episode is brought to you by the World Water Ski Show Tournament. And you heard that right. Worlds is in Australia, and they want you to make the trek to Moala to enjoy the tournament and support your team. Consider making the trip. We're sure you won't regret it. And today's episode is also sponsored by Flyman Skis, custom-made jump skis and featherboard swivel skis at affordable prices. Get yours at flymanskis.com.
It's our last episode of 2024. What a year it's been, man.
Yeah, right? I mean, man, looking back on 2024, starting the year off in March, biggest award show, 368 guests. This year, can we hit 400?
That would be awesome.
400 people. I don't know where we're going to put them all.
It'd be insane.
Our 100th episode in 2024. And, of course, a very interesting and exciting tournament season with all the rain and flooding and nationals being moved to Lake City.
Yeah, I mean, what a full year. The skiing side was awesome, is exciting. Our podcast, we did 24 episodes again this year. We had stars on the show this year like Jordan Long, Jenny McGinnis, Jake Horton, Paige Pashina, Ann Judd, Jason Richling, Corey Krivitz, Pete Haggerty, Bria Imsey, Kaylee Kohler, Cheryl Bermio, Faith Dix, and many more. We did tournament previews and tournament recaps, and those are often some of our most popular episodes. And we had a lot of topical stuff this year, actually more than normal. We had episodes on boat driving and production and mini ramps and record-breaking events and preparing for individual competition, building a higher scoring show, a Q&A with Jeff Hankey and Sandy Olson. That was just awesome. And of course, we let Bria and Kaylee take over the show and interview us for an episode.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. So what a year. Great year. Hope you all had a great year in 2024 as well. We're looking forward to 2025. But 2024 is not ending on the best of notes for show skiing. We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about quite a downer for the sport of show skiing, and that is the professional show at Legoland closing for good. That their last show is going to be December 30th. The corporate folks at Lego have decided to put money elsewhere in the park, and they have said there is no budget for the ski show in 2025. So a sad, sad time for the sport of show skiing.
Yeah, I mean, what an iconic place to have a ski show, right? And, you know, now what's left? Like, literally, what's left? Is it SeaWorld, Texas, and maybe some stunt shows overseas? I think that's
right.
That's like, about it.
Yeah, you got SeaWorld Australia. You've got, some of the Universal Waterworld stunt shows, like our buddy Sammy Tash is over there now in Japan with that show. There's not much, and I was reflecting back this morning. We have done podcast episodes on this show about the closing of Tommy Bartlett's, about the closing of Holiday Park in Germany. These pro shows are just disappearing, and it's terrible.
Yeah, and that's I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm being an optimistic. I'm hoping that it just cycles through, right? Like there was a kind of a heyday for professional ski shows, and now there really aren't professional ski shows. Maybe does that come back around at some point?
Yeah, I mean, it would be great if it did. The question the thing that's terrible about it for me, like that I think it's painful for show skiing, is that we've had so many kids grow up in this sport with that as a goal, that is a dream, to ski in these professional shows, to someday ski at Tommy Bartlett, to someday ski at Cypress Gardens, ski at Legoland, and that is, a dream that is disappearing for a lot of people because there just isn't that availability. And so I don't know what the answer is. I'm sure it's all financial. The shows losing money, insurance costs, boat costs, all of it. Like there's so many factors that are causing pro shows to dwindle, and it's just it's too bad. We as folks in the sport want to keep it and see it alive. But they're dying out slowly but surely, and it's too bad. So we'll in 2025 we're definitely going to dive in and do some reflection and history of Cypress Gardens and Legoland and some of our early episodes to launch 2025. So look forward to that. But thoughts and our hearts that go out to all of the folks at Legoland who've been affected by this, the longtime legacy skiers and folks, as well as all the young folks down there that now got to figure out their life and what they're going to do. So
yep.
Well, back to a little more positive news, Adam. Our top 5 nominees have been seen far and wide. The public voting is done, and the winners are now going to be revealed live at Think Tank, February 28th at the Ski Show Awards that Friday night at Think Tank. Tickets are on sale now. We will link it in the show notes here. Lots of people have already gotten their tickets, and they've saved money by getting the early bird pricing, which is active right now. Make sure you get your tickets. You can bundle your tickets with Think Tank clinics, with the Saturday WWSF dinner, and you can save money. You can also purchase a la carte, just get the ski show or just get the Think Tank clinics, whatever you want. But doing so sooner than later is going to save you money because prices are going to go up in January. So this is a can't-miss event.
That's right. I mean, everybody's out Christmas shopping right now, so your credit card's already out, so you might as well just go out and get your tickets right now. Get them early. It would be fantastic. Like we talked about just earlier, we would love to hit 400 guests at the award show. And man, I tell you what, the earlier that we know how many people are going to be there, the easier it is for us. It's easier for us to kind of plan and how we're going to set up the room and set up the awards night. So Get your tickets now, please.
Yep. Great stuff. Now, as we've been doing our last several episodes, Adam and I are each going to have a hot take. Something new, something controversial. Let's get to today's hot takes. Adam, what do you have for us today?
My favorite and least favorite acts to announce.
Ooh.
And when I say acts, actually I mean act, because my favorite and least favorite are the same act.
I bet I know what you're going to say.
You want jump.
Jump. I knew you were going to say jump. Because you love it when it makes it, you hate it when it falls.
Jump is awesome. I mean, you got those jumps, assuming the jumpers do the jumps they're going to tell you they're going to do. Mm-hmm. You build it up, they nail it, the crowd's into it, the next jump right behind them, boom, boom, boom. The flow is awesome, fantastic. But all it takes is one fall, you lose the crowd, you lose the flow, and then you're left filling for the inevitable time where either the pickup boat has to slowly idle in, pick up the jumper, and then slowly back out, or the towboat has to turn all the way back around, pick the fallen skier back up, take them back out of show course, and then come back with another jump. So there you go. That's my hot take.
I love that. And it is always interesting watching ski shows. Like, we have our eyes on it. Somebody falls, you watch the pub, or if the boat circles back, you're watching them pick him up, and then you're seeing what kind of rollers they left for the next boat coming. You're like, oh, crap, he just sent a set of rollers down for the next boat.
And as an announcer, there's nothing you can do to divert the audience's attention away from what's happening when the skier falls.
No.
Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, like multi-boat pattern of something else. If somebody falls, the next boat keeps coming by.
You just keep going, right? Yep. No, jump is stop. Yeah.
Yep, you're right. I love it. Great hot take. My hot take actually comes from my son, Jack. We had a conversation the other night, and he said something quite insightful. He's super smart, very sharp with about scoring, about systems. I actually think he should get involved at some point in the NSSA and on some committees because he is sharp. His idea, so we've talked on previous episodes about the entry process for nationals and individuals and that sort of thing. His thought is this, and it's going to be my hot take, that what has happened is, what happened at this last nationals is 7th place. So people in doubles who placed 7th and 9th at their regional, and people in swivel pairs who finished 7th at their regional got into nationals.
Okay.
But people who placed 4th or 5th in swivel and freestyle at their regional did not get in. So you see where I'm going with this. So what happens is we've set as a system a certain amount of spots in each event. Okay, yep. Nationals has 15. They're set for a total number through the day. Jack's idea, and I like it, and that's why it's my hot take, is why do we have to fill a quota of spots in each event rather than just taking the best people? So a doubles couple who took 9th place got into nationals because the people at their regional opted not to go to D1 nationals or didn't turn in an entry form or decided not to enter nationals. So by the round robin system, they got in, and the 5th place freestyle jumper, the 5th place swiveler at Wisconsin State, who could very well be a top 10 finisher, doesn't get in because we're honoring the slots available per event. What if we looked at the entire individual events in a total number and took the highest seeded people no matter which event they were in? You still do the regional round robin, but instead of having a 9th place doubles couple or 7th place swivel pairs, now I'm not hating on those things because one of those examples was my daughter. She's going to hate hearing this.
You are walking the line here, buddy.
Totally. So she and Presley were 7th in pairs at state, and they got into nationals because they had to fill a certain amount of spots as swivel pairs. And there were people like Faith Dix, Matt Strode, Dallas Hovda in other disciplines who didn't get in that actually finished higher within their event.
Sure.
So I understand both sides of the argument, but it'd be interesting for us to, if we want the best competitors in individual events, to not be set on the number. Let's take the top people. So there you go. There's my
Makes sense.
Take. Yep. Well, there you go. Adam, today we've got an international guest today, and we've only got 3 months left until the World Show Ski Tournament. And our friends in Australia, the hosts for the World Show Ski Tournament, want you to consider making the trek to Australia for all the fun. In classic Aussie style, here's what Pete O'Neill and the tournament hosts have to say.
G'day show skiers, we want to bring you down to the IWWF World Water Ski Show Championships, and not just any World Championships, the one that got cancelled and then postponed so long ago that half the Australian show skiers got busy and now have enough mini show skiers they could make their own team. Show skiing in Australia is excited, elated, ecstatic, but they're just fancy words starting with E to help us describe to you measure things in increments of 12 Americans what we mean when we say bloody oath I'm stoked cover. So get on a plane and come down. I don't care if you're from New York, baby, watch where you're walking! You might be from down south thinking, well, I've already got a sweet home in Alabama. You could be in Florida telling your mate,
I'm gonna see me some water ski. I'm gonna ride me a kangaroo.
Though you're probably from Wisconsin feeling,
Jeepers creepers, I couldn't possibly have me another cheese curd.
Wherever you're from, we want you to come down. You can think of Australia as long white beaches, the Opera House, good coffee, kangaroos, koalas and other weird animals, as well as beer. Deliciously tasty beer. Served cold from both our clubhouse and on site, as well as at almost everywhere else in town. And on top of that, there'll be amazing skiing. It is the World Championships after all, and the best of the best are coming to play. Now, if you think this was an odd ad and a bit hard to understand, then play it back. It is a podcast after all, and Matt and Adam surely won't mind you putting it into a lower gear. Actually, they're so stoked to be coming down that they've been practicing their Aussie accents, and here they are ready to show them off now.
My mates and I are excited to head down under. You better bloody join us.
Anyway, that was them, and if you can do better, worse, or the same, then get a plane ticket. One that has Australia as the destination, get on that plane. Once you land, enjoy a beer, grab some thongs, a singlet, and ride a kangaroo all the way to Mulwala. The 2025 IWWF World Water Ski Show Championships are going off like a bucket of prawns in the sun. It'll be as flash as a rat with a gold tooth. You know what I mean. It'll be a U-Butte bloody cracker, mate, and we want you to come see it live. March 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. This has been a message on behalf of the boat and looks like Jacob moving for the I want to see a double front party Canberra.
Matt, I laugh every time I hear that ad.
Yeah,
until we get to the
hilarious.
spot where I have to do the accent, which is absolutely terrible. But it's not any worse than Pete's accents from New York, Florida, and Wisconsin.
No, it's not. It was funny. Good stuff. Well, thanks to the World Show Ski Tournament. Looking forward to that. It's 3 months away. That's it.
3 months.
Great.
We will be there in less than 3 months.
Nuts. Wow. All right. Well, as this is our last episode of 2025, and it is Christmas time, Adam and I are going to now do our Mount Rushmore of Christmas movies. That's right. We're going to rank our 4 greatest Christmas movies that we believe belong on the Mount Rushmore of holiday films. Adam, let's have you do the honors and start us off with your first choice. What Christmas movie is on your Mount Rushmore?
Daddy's Home 2.
What? Daddy's
Yep.
Home 2.
Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell, John Cena, Mel Gibson. Awesome.
Okay, Daddy's Home 2. All right, my first one. So I'm very traditional. You are going to probably be not traditional. I can tell by your first one. The original animated Grinch. Grew up with that. Grew up watching all the original animated Rudolph and Frosty the Snowman. The original animated Grinch is on my Mount Rushmore.
4 Christmases with Vince Vaughn.
You love all these comedians. Yes, 4 Christmases. All right. My next one, of course, is the modern classic Elf. Will Ferrell. There's a video out there,
movie.
Adam, of us, a parody of Elf that I will post at some point again.
Great.
Elf. It belongs
movie.
on the Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
So good.
All right. The Night Before. Another comedy.
The Night Before. Who's in that one? I don't think I've seen that one.
Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen.
Okay.
I can't think of the other guys.
How many of these have you cranked out already this?
None of them. I have not watched any of these yet.
All right, you better get after it. All right, my third one is the classic Home Alone. Cannot go wrong with Home Alone. No matter how many times you watch it, it is so awesome. Home Alone.
All right, I'm going to go. Well, my fourth one is actually your fourth one, so I'm
Ah.
not going to say my fourth one.
Go for it.
Well, Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, I mean, we both can
that's
have that on our
Yep.
Mount Rushmore.
But
Yeah,
since
mine-
I don't want to say it twice, I'm going to plug in Violent Night. Great movie.
Violent Night. Jeepers. No, Christmas Vacation. Absolutely. One of the legendary Christmas movies. Everybody listening, I'm certain, watches it and loves it. My family hates watching it with me because I start giggling before any funny lines come up, or I repeat them ahead of time and they hate it. Last time we watched it, they privately set a bet on the over-under of how many lines I say during the watching of the movie, and the over smashed. Like, they all missed it by a mile. So anyway, Christmas
I can't imagine
Vacation.
the Heilmans turning watching Christmas movies into some type of competition.
Well, there's our Mount Rushmore. A little fun today. That was good.
All right, time for today's guest. He's been a staple of show skiing in Belgium for years and years. His family is one of the most prominent families in our sport. He's been a top skier, show director, and leader. He serves on the IWWF Show Ski Council and was previously the president of that council. He's got a long history in the sport of show skiing, and we're excited to have him on the show today. So let's welcome to the show, Lieven Hardy.
Hey, welcome, Lieven. Thanks for being here.
Hi. I'm glad to be here. It's the first time I do something like this, but that's okay.
Well, good.
Well, Lieven, every guest we have on the show, we always have to ask, how did you get started in show skiing?
Well, that's a long story. It started with my dad, who had to find a place to recover from work all week. So we ended up to be on our lake, the Klein Strand in Jabbeke, where we were on the campsite with the caravan, just staying there for the weekend. They did some water skiing over there, so we started to do water skiing. That was at my age 9. So and then we saw them doing like shows. That was in the early 70s. So yeah, and then we ended up to go with them and practice with them and doing shows. So that's how it all started long ago.
Who was doing those shows?
How do you mean who?
Like, who was the team that you started show skiing with? Who was that? Did they
Well,
have a name?
the show team I started in was on the lake here in Jabbeke. Was then called Klein Strand, show team Klein Strand, but it changed to Westflam show team in 1999 when we added up with another show team in our region to join together and practice on Friday on one lake and then on Saturday on the other lake. So yeah, that's what the team was like in 1999 when I was really more involved in leading the stuff and doing like that. Before I was show skier, but not really in the lead. But yeah.
Before you got involved, how long had show skiing been going in Belgium? Like, when was the first teams, and when did show skiing really get started in Belgium?
Whew. It was long before. I think in the 60s they did their first small show, like a double 2-1 pyramid and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then our team started to do daily shows in the early 80s in summertime. So from June, July, and August, they did a daily show for people coming over with buses. But then, like in mid 80s, we ended up to do 2 shows a day from beginning of June to the end of September. And then we had like show skiers from Cypress Gardens and other teams coming over to help us doing the shows. Because for all of us, it was like a hobby, not a job. So we couldn't be there all day. And so they were there to join and be some skiers that are there all day. And then the others came and helped them with the show.
So is that
guys,
really a... Sorry, I was
you guys
going
are doing 2 shows a day and you weren't getting paid.
We weren't paid now. We just got a drink after the show. Or maybe when it was cold, we got a hot drink and a pancake or something like that. But we weren't paid. The only thing we had, we could do some practice for free. So, yeah. But I think most show skiers are paying more than they get out of it. So,
Yeah,
that's pretty
How
common.
that goes. Yeah.
I mean, they worked for a beer, a hot drink, and a pancake.
Yeah, something like that.
That's awesome.
It was fun. And after a day of work, it was like, having fun and getting out of the workload for that day. So,
Do you remember some of the names of folks that came over from Cypress Gardens, the United States, to help at that time?
Oh yeah, we got Jimmy Casata came over, Mark Jackson, help me, TGBT came over, Rob Beeman came over.
Okay.
Well, I can't remember them all. Jim Say, no, Betty Bonifay came over. One year.
Wow.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. We
big
got
names.
some great skiers from Cyprus came over. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Jeff Sayers was here like 2 or 3 times, I think.
Jeff Dasher.
Jeff Dasher,
Bob Monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of our local guys, a lot of pros. Did they really, having all of those folks over, all the names you mentioned, did they really help with the growth of skiing in Belgium?
Oh yeah, they did. They did
Help
a
you
lot.
guys learn?
I learned helis from Jeff Sayers and flips. Then finally, I did some gainers with him too. And who was the other one who helped me? That was from some marine land or something that helped us doing that. So yeah, they learned the doubles, trails, how to do the pyramids the way they do. So yeah, even till the day today, we had a couple of years ago, we got Eric and Brea came over to teach the younger guys. because we can tell them stuff, but sometimes they have like small tricks and tips that helps them better than
Sure.
what we're telling them. So yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Well, you guys have been, a prominent family in Belgian show skiing. People know the Hardys. Sabine is now very active in judging. You got 4 kids. Talk about your family involvement in the sport and what that means to you to have your whole family involved.
Well, it started in the same thing in 1999 when I was the leader of the show skiing in Belgium, or became the leader. I had to convince the Belgian Federation about how show skiing should have been and not how it was, because the competition was really strange. It was not really as it should be. So we tried to convince them. So then we end up did a couple of years we didn't have the competition because the teams weren't convinced. So we worked hard to do that. And so when we finally had the show skiing in Belgium again on the rails, then we started to try to convince the other European teams that were involved, and that was with the kids. We went to Germany. Last year we went to Sweden. Now my daughter Grace went to Austria to try to convince the teams over there to do show skiing. So we started the Euro Cup with my family. So my kids are doing the hard work. We just give some ideas and help them out, but they ran the situation. And okay, as you said, Sabine was doing the judging. She learned the other countries how the things have to be judged, or how we think it should be judged. So yeah, we spend a lot of time and a lot of money in helping show skiing, first in Belgium and now in Europe, to be show skiing as it is.
How many teams are there in Belgium?
Well, we have 4 teams, I think, but this year only 3 competed. But okay, I think next year we're going to have 4 again. It's sometimes it's hard to find all the people and the time to practice, because we have a kind of a bacteria in the water. Maybe you have that too over there. So sometimes they can't ski. They have to quit skiing from half of the season. Then if the competition is at the end of the season, they don't feel ready to do so. So this year we only had 3. But still, it's a fun thing. It's a family happening. So, yeah.
So you guys, do you have a national tournament with those teams, or a competition of some sort?
Yeah, we call it show happening because they don't really not want to know it a competition. It is, but they say okay, it's a show happening, and
Okay.
it's always on the end of the season. Normally, it's since end of August. But it moves, like if we have the Euro Cup, that is also in end of August. So next year is going to be the Euro Cup end of August, and show happening in early September. So and then we have, like last year we had individuals for the first time in Belgium with Arne doing the freestyle jump. So that was new too, and was a great success for the first time. So yeah, it's growing. We this year we did Euro trips, so we went with our family to Sweden to have a meeting there, learn them how to do some things, and then have a show at the end of the day. And September day, Sweden and German people came over to Belgium to our lake to do the same thing, have some clinics, and then have a show with all the skiers together just for fun. And that was great.
That's great. How many teams are there in Europe? Like show ski teams? I mean, so there's Germany. There's teams in Germany and in Sweden. How many are there, and how common is it in other countries that we just here in the States don't hear about or know about?
Well, it's there are more teams than we know of.
Yeah.
Like last year, I know in Germany we have 4 teams, I think. In Sweden, I only know 1. But then we found out we have like 3 or 4 in Austria. There was a team in Switzerland. We visited 2 small teams in France that started to do like some small acts for their show, their club show. So yeah, but it's like looking around and looking on the internet what's going on, what teams are doing what, and then try to visit them and try to talk to them. So it's a lot of traveling and a lot of going around and try to convince them to come together and yeah, and see them and help them.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Way more show skiing in Europe than I thought.
Yeah, I think that Grace visited 3 show teams in Austria we didn't know of, and they doing like shows at night. One of the teams, one other has one like every weekend.
Oh.
So we just have to find out.
Is there any in Italy? I know they're big with 3 event skiing. Is there any show ski teams in Italy?
There used to be a show team in Italy, but we tried to find it now, and it's like, yeah, disappeared somehow. So, but we're looking around, trying to find some.
It's impressive listening to you talk, like hearing you, how involved you've been in the growth of the sport is really neat because, you helped, you brought people in and helped grow show skiing within Belgium. Now you're seeking out other teams. You guys, I know, have been to the States many, many, many times, learning, watching, going to think tank, going to clinics, watching shows. Like you've spent a lot of your years in show skiing really learning and helping grow the sport. And I think that's super cool. So kudos to you for that. I love that.
Yeah, we try to, but the thing is, we do a lot of things like that. It's not always appreciated by the local teams. We help them, we try to help them, and then finally, when they know something, yeah, sometimes you say, why the hell do we do it? But then finally, yeah, you get to know new people and you start over again and help them again and do it again. So it's it's our life. It's like that. And so not only me, but okay, my whole family is doing the same thing. So whenever they can, they go and help and teach and do whatever they can. So yeah.
Well, Adam, today's episode is over in Europe, and thankfully Flyman Skis is global. Jump skis, single ski jumpers, back half skis, featherboard swivel skis. Flyman Skis is everything you need, anywhere you need it. Belgium, Australia, Canada, the US, they've got skis for you.
Yeah, and what's great about Flyman Skis is they made by skiers for skiers. The jump skis and swivel skis are fully customizable. You can choose one of their fantastic stock designs. I mean, it's awesome. But the key is they're affordable. No more paying thousands for used gear. You can get brand new Flymans.
Yep, the jump skis are honeycomb and so easy to ride. They make landings easy. Join the fun. Get yourself some Flyman jump skis and featherboard swivel skis by ordering yours today at flymanskis.com. That's flymanskis.com.
All right, Lieven, let's talk a little bit about the first world tournament in 2012. Tell us about your experience there.
That's still the best ever.
There we go. Best ever.
When we started to talk about it in Belgium, they say, you are crazy. That's impossible. You will never make it there. You will never go over there. I said, oh, when I go for something, I want to go. We will go. Even if I only have like 10 skiers, I go. But finally, we made it with a full team, and we had the most fun ever. We knew we couldn't do anything special because we went over there to learn and to see how it works, and try to see from the other teams how they do it and what they do. And we made so many mistakes in organizing the show, like with 3 boats on a big river. We are used to do it on a small lake with 1, maybe 2 boats. So we learned a lot, but most of all skiers had the most fun they ever had. So it was really crazy. Yeah, I still remember one thing. We tried to do like you do. We started from one end with the barefoot line, and then from the other end with the pyramid, and I think doubles next to it. So, but we started on the same time, but never thinking about barefooting is going 60 kilometers an hour, and pyramid is going like 30 kilometers an hour. So that pyramid came in late, but they say, oh yeah, we didn't think about that, but still, people didn't care. They just were glad they were there, and yeah, could learn a lot of other skiers from other countries, and have fun. That's still what it should be, and it has been so.
Yeah, it was that 2012 Worlds just was so great for so many reasons. It was just so fun. Really the first time our sport has gotten people together on that scale from all over the world. it was such a blast, and the memories there I think will last forever because that it's the same for us on our end. 2012 is one of the most memorable moments in show skiing for us. And so, did you guys walk away from that feeling like? I mean, your skiers had an absolute blast. What a special experience. Did you also feel like you learned a lot, and did that help? Did the continuance of Worlds from thereafter help with the growth of skiing in Belgium? Did it play a role at all from 2012 to today?
Oh yeah, it did. Till today, people just want to join the team. In the first time we went over, it was hard to start because people didn't believe in it. So they just say, okay, what will we do there? We can't do anything. And say, yeah, but we just have to go and learn. So, but no, they know, okay, we will never be first because we don't have the people and the skiers that are enough skiers to have the talent to do it. But we just want to do it to learn how to ski in Belgium and have the competition in Belgium and learn new act, learn new people, try to go over to the States or to Australia or whatever to get involved there and see how it happens over there. So yeah, we still have like this year for Australia. I think we had about 50 persons signed up to go over there. So
Really? Wow.
yeah, it was first time. I tell you, it was really hard to find 35. No, it's Australia. It's double the price, but still people want to go. And even though they already say, okay, we want to be in for 27. So yeah, it changed. And people want to learn and want to see and want to go. So it also changed our way of skiing in Belgium. In the early before the Worlds, we did show skiing with one boat. Now at our local competitions, we do it with two boats, and sometimes we try to do three boats, just because it's so much nicer to see a show when it's really busy. So it's changed the mentality.
For sure. Has Belgium been a part of every world tournament since 2012?
Yep, it is. I was in every one of them, and except for the next one, Australia, I won't be part of it. I will be there, but I won't be skiing. I'm not involved at all. So, but Sheila is skiing there, but the rest of the family. Well, Sabine is going to be a judge again, but yeah.
Your kids will be involved. Jill will be skiing, and
It's just Jill. So the other ones, we
Got
just
it.
wanted to take a break,
Yeah.
and we were working hard on the Euro Cup thing. So sometimes, yeah, you need to have a little break to reset your mind and see how it should be in the future and how it works in the future. But yeah, okay. I think
When
next
pe-
Worlds we will be there.
when people watch a Belgian ski show, if people haven't seen it, what are some characteristics of ski shows that you guys perform? What should the crowd be looking for that makes it Belgium? Is it a certain type of skiing? Is it the way you do your themes or comedy? What stands out as a Belgian characteristics?
Oh, well, the first thing I learned in doing shows for not on the local lake, but when you go to do a show on another lake or to do it for a city or whatever, don't make it too hard because people don't know it. So I think that's a little bit the same everywhere. People haven't seen it, so when you do a pyramid, you don't have to do a four high because people are already like it when you do a three high. Simple 3 to 1 can be already fantastic. Or one barefoot, one skier doing barefoot, simple jump act, whatever you do, people just find it amazing because they didn't see it, they didn't know it existed. So and that's just fun and people are always great to and some cities, some countries in Europe are really more in yelling at people than others, but it's always the same. People just like it, whatever we do.
Yep. What do you love best about the World Tournament?
The friendship, meeting people, meeting new people, seeing your friends again, talking to everybody, all that stuff, and yeah, it doesn't have to be that special, just being together again.
Yeah.
And I think that's for the whole team. They all want to meet their friends again and meet new persons, new skiers, other places, just to see it and have it there.
So, question for you: if the World Tournament were to come to Europe, be hosted in Europe, do you think we'd see more teams from Europe competing, like Austria? Do you think you'd see more teams? Would it be easier for them to make that
It
trip?
would be easier to convince them to come over. But still, at this time, we only know about Austria, Germany, Sweden, and Belgium. But what we will see is that much more people will be involved and will be hope to be part of the team and be with the team, because we have some skiers that are really good skiers, but who cannot afford the money to go to Australia or even to the USA. And then they will be there and compete but they are good skiers, just don't have the money to come to another country.
Right. I would imagine, even if they didn't compete, if they just came and they watched and they experienced the tournament, much like you guys did when you first came over in 2012, that might spark some more interest in, like, holy cow, this is really cool how this works. And I think that would be very good for sport show skiing in Europe.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. It is. It would be great to have it over here. I tried for 2027, but the place where we want to do it was involved in the Olympics, so they didn't have the time to put up a whole pit. So, but we may try again for the next maybe 29 or something. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it would be great. I mean, you'd certainly see more individuals competing from Europe if the tournament was in Europe. Now, whether the teams got organized, probably Sweden and Germany would compete, and Belgium, Austria, maybe. Who knows? France, maybe. It'd be fun if they all would compete. That would be so cool.
Well, we have like individual swivel skiers in France. There is some in Greece, in the Netherlands. So I'm sure they would come over if it would be in Europe somewhere.
Yep.
When we do like the local competition like Flaunted or the Euro Cup, Euro trip, they come over and compete. So they will be at Worlds if it's in Europe, that's for sure.
You guys have been, as Adam mentioned, you've been at every world tournament from the beginning. Do you have a favorite world tournament memory or moment that stands out to you over the years?
Oh yeah, we have a great one from the first Worlds when we went to the local tractor shop or whatever.
Yes.
The farm
Oh,
over there,
yes. We
where
remember.
the girls were in the man's neck doing like trying to do double stuff, but instead of doing the double stuff, they drink beer.
Yeah.
So that was really a great moment. We even talk about it every Worlds from that was fantastic. It was really great. Yeah.
We do too. And like Jerry and Kathy Lighting did that. Kathy Lighting is up shotgunning a beer in a seat press in the middle of this venue. That was an awesome night because it was really the first night all the countries got to socialize and let loose and get to know each other. And I think that has been the catalyst for all these friendships worldwide. That was a cool night.
Yeah, that was really a fantastic night. I still remember. We all talk about it. It was great.
You had mentioned this a little earlier, but how are things looking for this year? How many skiers did you take to Australia in 2020?
Full team.
Full team. Okay. And and this year, I mean, you said you've got even more people interested, right?
Yeah, but then some quit because of one, money, and two, they finally find out they couldn't get a holiday from the work. So I think they have a full team. But they had to look hard at the end to find the final skiers to join. But they have a full team. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, looking forward to Worlds, getting back to Australia and given all those skiers that opportunity to do it over again after 2020 happened.
And finally have a competition over there.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. Should be great.
Yeah. It looks like a nice place, but it's it's going to be pretty hard to do some things over there. It's like pretty narrow.
It is
But
narrow.
yeah, it should be fun.
Yep. Well, Lieven, you're not involved this year, but you've been involved so heavily, and you're going to continue with the Euro Cup and things of that nature. What does the future look like for you in the sport of show skiing over the next 5 or 10 years? What are your plans?
That's hard to say. Well, I still ski, but don't do that much of skiing anymore. This year I had the problem that my doubles partner was injured, so she couldn't ski at all. So I didn't do a lot of double skiing, doubles. But okay, I still will be involved. I'm start to do driving, so yeah, I'm working hard on Euro trips and Euro Queps and trying to organize all that stuff together with my kids. Try to find new stuff to do. Try to do clinics, whatever people ask for. Learn the local skiers, help them out with whatever they want. So I think that's going to be my life for the next 10 years.
Adam, we should do an episode live at the Euro Cup.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
should be nice.
absolutely.
Next year it's the 28th of August, I think. End of August, last weekend of August. Should be fun.
That would be great. Well, good for you, Lieven. Thank you so much for being on the show today. This was fantastic. We learned a lot. Our audience is going to love hearing your story, hearing about Belgium and your team and all your successes over the years. So thank you so much.
Nice to be here.
Yeah.
Never done that,
sir.
so but it's fun. Yeah.
Well, good. Adam, that was cool.
Yeah, listen, we just talked to the kingpin of show skiing in Europe. Think about this, is he spent his time and money coming over to the United States to learn more about show skiing. And not only did he not just take it back to Belgium, but now he's traveling around Europe, Austria, Germany, Sweden, trying to expand the sport of show skiing. And show skiing's alive and well in Europe, because of this guy, because there's also, he mentioned swivel skiers in France and the Netherlands and Greece, like, holy smokes. And it's because, a big part of what he's done over the years in show skiing. So, a big thanks to Lieven and his family. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, great family, great show skiing family. It's again, that's why this sport is awesome, is the ability to do it with your family, and he's doing that. His family is all taking part in leadership roles and helping grow the sport. That is fun to see.
All right, a reminder to everybody, the award show, Friday night of Think Tank, February 28th. Get your tickets. They are on sale now. You can get early bird pricing, so go out. You're going to go, so you might as well get your tickets now, because we are going to hit 400 plus people February 28th. It's going to be the biggest night in show skiing.
Sure is. We're excited for that. As far as this podcast goes, we are taking 1 month off. Enjoy the holidays, everyone. We're going to take a little break and launch our first episode of the 2025 season on January 22nd. So look for our next episode, January 22nd. Thank you to our sponsors today of this episode, the World Water Ski Show Tournament. If you guys can make the trip to Europe on the brain, right, with Lieven, to Australia, and if you can go watch that tournament, travel Australia, do it. You won't regret it. It's going to be awesome. Thank you also to Flyman Skis, custom-made jump skis, featherboard swivel skis at affordable prices. Get yours at flymanskis.com.
And, of course, thanks again to all of our listeners and viewers. This is Matt and Adam, and this is The Ski Show.
Thank you for listening to The Ski Show, the ultimate show ski podcast with Matt and Adam. If you have questions or ideas for the show, find us on social media or message us at theskishowpodcast@gmail.com.